Hello again, welcome to Inner World Crafts. This is my inner world, these are my crafts, and my name is Maximum. So this video is going to be a rather large project. I am going to be attempting Hawk's Red Wings from My Hero Academia. This is going to be a long endeavor. I believe we can do this, and it's gonna be so freaking cool when it's done. So let's get started. So to start out, I have these metal bars that I'm gonna use as the armature set up like this. We're gonna try a few different things with the base. I'm not sure I'm gonna actually end up using those circles. My dad gave me a great idea for washers and screws and shit, so we might be doing that. But first, I'm going to try to cut out a little piece of sheetrock, about that big, you know, for the base of the back. Start attaching things to. We want to try to get those two sturdy to the garage. Okay guys, so here's the plan. We have the sheetrock that was left over from moving into this house, and I have a saw, so I'm gonna cut this sheetrock. I'm gonna cut a little square out of this sheetrock, and we'll go from there. I got a saw here, and I am not a hardware person, so don't judge me if I do things incorrectly. Okay, I have quite a small back, so I don't really need it to be that big. I just need a wide enough base. That wasn't too bad. Ooh, don't break. Okay. It's alright. It doesn't need to be perfect square. It just needs to be a square. The next thing I wanted to see was if I could do this and if it will damage things. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, huh? Now we gotta see if Dad has any. We're gonna steal some of Dad's stuff. All right, I found 4 screws with bolts. These are gonna be our joints. The part I'm not looking forward to is this. I'm gonna see if I can try to hammer these. It's working. See, look at that, it's working. Kinda. That took a while and some strength. It's not flat, but it'll do. We don't want it completely flat because we're gonna pull rope through it as well. So we don't want it to be completely flat anyways. Now, we're gonna see if I'm able to drill a hole into it. And if that succeeds, oh boy, we're cooking. I'm doing scary things. I don't really think you want to be out here. Can I like? It's getting there very slowly. It's working. It'll get there. It'll just take a minute. I'll be back. I have drilled 2 holes on either side of 2 bars and on one side of the other 2 bars. And what we're gonna do is find some screws, can you see that? And some washers that we are going to, only using 2 of the sides, we're going to connect a 2 hole to a 1 hole, just like that. But make sure it's loose so you'll still be able to have that turn effect. Okay guys, check this out. So, you got your bottom screw going out here, and then you have a screw in the top that goes through both pieces of metal. You see that? Both pieces. With a washer on the other end to hold it on there. Look at that. We have articulation. Isn't that so cool? Okay, I'm actually in love. This is gonna be the coolest shit ever. Just wait and see. Now I have marked the piece of drywall, and we are going to glue our screw with this screw into these markings here, like that. And hopefully that will do something. It'll be connected, but it'll still droop. We'll have to make some supports. Maybe, okay, so say we did that, and he's stuck there, right? And then we put something here so that when this goes down, it hits that, and it's stuck there. And then when you lift your arms high enough, it'll go up. Okay, so what I did here is I just took some screws and washers and I drilled holes into the bars and then screwed them into the wires. See, so we have joints here. This is the piece that will eventually be a blocker that hits the side and will keep it from going too far down. And then this piece up here is the little like elbow of the wing. So, all together, it is very large. Like very large. But we got this. Now, I did not record this, so I'm very sorry about that. But to make the harness, you first want to cut little rectangles into this drywall. You want one on each side here at the bottom for the waistband. You want 2 here. This is the part that's going to hold up the drywall. So you need it to go all the way around and up. It's a full loop all the way around on both sides. And then 1 up here at the top. We will sew them around the bars here. And that holds the wings up so they are not falling down, while still allowing for upwards mobility, but not downwards, which is what we want. Then, once you have your straps through the holes and you have your bars connected, you're going to take these buckles. You want to measure out the length of from the about middle of your shoulder blade to just below your collarbone, with a little bit of extra inches so you can attach the buckle here. You're gonna do that twice for these 2 up here, and then you wanna measure exactly how long it's gonna be from your collarbone to about your breast line. Put that in between the hooks here, the loops here holding this buckle on. This buckle loops around that loop, and ta-da, you're done. You have a harness for your wings. And voila, this is what it looks like on the person. It is large, very large, but it stays up. And it works. Next we'll be fleshing out the actual wings once we get this part sewn together. And here is the inner bone mobility all done. As you can see, it's holding up pretty well, I'd say. We have this string down here. You pull on it pull it down, and those wings go right up. See what it looks like from the front? That's what we want to see. It's going well. Now we have to add some control to these bad boys. Okay, so as you can see, I've basically tied knots on the top and the bottom of the pivot joint with extra length coming down, and that comes down all the way to my wrist. And now I'll show you it in full motion. So we have these here, which give us a little bit of mobility at the bottom there, especially if you know, hold them here. And then most of our mobility comes here. We have one wing, and we have the other wing. So everything is working out just fine. I think we're going to call this here, and it's time to move on to the fun part, which is decorating. Okay, so bit of a major update. First of all, my hair is red now. Second of all, I'm a terrible YouTuber. So I've done a lot here, as you can see. Let me walk you through this. So this fabric is just sewn underneath the bone here. It's literally just draped over the bone and then sewn underneath those bars that I had. If you lift this up here, you can see all that work underneath. I'll give you a close-up of that in a minute, but as for this fabric, it's really simple, just draped over and sewn at the bottom there. Let's do a close-up on the inner workings and mechanics. Okay, so first of all, we had a bit of a incident in which this bolt here popped all the way through the drywall and completely pulled out, thus completely detaching this wing here. So here's how I fixed that. We had a massive hole coming this way. I filled it with aluminum foil, and then I used this putty plastic bonder that I got at Walmart to just literally like bond the aluminum into the drywall to fill that gap. And then I taped the edges with some masking tape, and I plastic bonded all over the tape, and I did that on both sides to make a flat surface again. Then I was able to put the bolt and nail back through. As you can see, it was, however, still causing a lot of pressure on these joints here. There was a lot of damage going inside. So here's how I've fixed that. We used this rope here. We tied it very tight along the back and duplicated the same thing along the front of the panel, just to help prevent these wings, see that, from being able to push inwards any further. It's not gonna go any further than that inside on both ends. So I do believe we should be good there. Hopefully we won't have to plastic bond this end as well. I think we'll be okay. All mobility is still good. So as far as that goes, it is feathering. I need to sew these feathers on that I already have pinned down. And then I have to make some more fabric feathers before I start gluing on the craft feathers. Feather sewing time. I will be back when the sewing is completed. Okay. Now I'm going to take you guys on a little feather making journey. Show you how I made the fabric feathers. First thing we need to do is cut out a piece of fabric and just make a little rectangle, man. These scissors are not fabric scissors. I wish I knew what happened to my fabric scissors. That would be excellent, but alas. Hi, this is Daddy post-production, realizing these idiots forgot to show you how to make a flat fabric feather. So, I'm gonna do that right now. This'll work. Basically, I'm gonna take it and cut like fabric feather shapes into it. You put this down, one feather, one. And you would do that all the way down. Make them all look like that with the pointy ends. And then you just ta-da. I didn't do it all the way, but looks like a feather. Yeah, kinda. When you do it all the way, you get a fancy shape. That's all I have to share. This was in post. Goodbye. It's a new day, and now that we've tackled that debacle, it's finally time for the finales of adding the craft feathers. This is gonna be the best part. Okay, so I'm back from the store,
Hey!
And
Rude.
here was the issue. They only had one pack of red feathers. So we have this black and red thing going on. As cool as a pure red would be, I feel like it would also be really cool and not too inaccurate if we did a sort of like
Pretty.
black and red combo. Just to, give it just a little bit more depth. Get off, Misty. I'm sorry,
No.
baby. I love you. Just to give it a little bit more depth, I got just a little bit of
Looks
the
so
little black
fun.
feathers. I have plenty of red little feathers, but I didn't have any black, so I got that.
Nom.
And then, hey, no.
But
And then,
fine.
just to kind of like tippy top it off with the detailing, we got some of these pretty delicate gold feather rings with the gold tips.
no
I
one
think
cares.
those are going to be really beautiful. I'm not going to, obviously there's not a whole bunch of it. It's just a little bit of accent because Hawks is like yellow and black and red. So
They'll
it's still
just
very,
watch from here.
it's still very Hawks. I still think it's still gonna read very well. So first thing I need to do is count out how many feathers are in here. There's
but
10.
I wanna play. Hey, quick. He's gone. I'm the real star here, so.
It doesn't leave a
Don't
pretty mark.
forget to
That's okay
subscribe
because
so
nobody
you can
looks at
watch
the
more.
fabric anyways.
Oh no, he's back.
Misty,
I'm not doing
it's not
anything.
time, sweetheart. I love you.
I want so bad.
Hey,
Nom.
no. You can't have these. These are not for you.
You're so mean.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I only had 2. Okay. No. Stop. No. No feathers for you. I'm sorry.
You wanna bet?
Okay. So that makes 3. Which then means you get...
Nom nom.
There's what, 30 feathers total? Stop.
No.
30 divided by 4. Stop. 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. That leaves 2 extra. Stop! Okay, so here's a set of 5. Here's a set of 5. Here's a set of 5.
No more video. He didn't even notice. Ugh. No. You bully.
10 on one side of each and 5 on one side of the other. We have 40 black feathers, which means 1 for each side. Perfect. Ta-da! And now we just do that 3 more times. I'll be back when they're done. It is complete. It is so pretty. Let me show you how it works. When you pull out, oh yeah. And hooks there, so it's like hooked around your thumb as well. And you can use your elbows to really bring it out. And that's how it works. We got a little hook, the like tension points are right here, and then this one, watch, I'll show you. So this one, it's kind of easier if you just wrap them around your forearm like this. Controls the opposite wing. And then this one controls the opposite wing. So when you put them together, you get full movement. Arm span, or you want more movement. That's why the wrapping is good. Because, yeah, it hurts a little, but you can just take it off and chill. It's very flowy. I did add the gold. As you can see, I gave little accent tips on the edges there. Very beautiful. In the back. Absolutely gorgeous. I could not be happier.
I can't believe we did this, guys. This is crazy. This is actually insane. But we did it. All that's left to do is make the rest of the Hawks cosplay. Maybe a triple wrap on this one, but a double wrap on this one so they're even. Wow. Now I can spread my arms out further. But it hurts more like that. Yeah, I prefer to have it wrapped around my wrist. Like that. Voila. Very cool. I mean, you already got a good wings, a good arm span around you if you were to wear this at a con. But like, especially when you're like looking at things, you cannot, you gotta put them down to grab things. But it works. It's cool. If you wanted, I guess if you had a bit of a longer arm span, you would be able to do that maybe. But I think it's just a bit too long for that. I don't know how you would make that work. But there it is. Very cool, very dope. I'm very pleased.